Hey there. It's been a while since I've posted, and I've gotten a bunch of Discord messages asking when the next upload is gonna be. And honestly, things have not been great. I'm going through a transitional period of sorts in my life, and I'm still kind of coming to terms with the world around me at the moment. So I figured what better way to vent than to tell a story that comforts me in times like this. It may be a story that you've heard before, and if so, stick around. I can't promise this will be the greatest video I've ever made. Have you ever heard of the allegory of the cave? It's a story I think about often when I feel like I have no control in what's going on around me. Within this cave deep underground, there are prisoners who are chained to the point where they can't even turn their heads. And also within this cave is one fire casting shadows upon a wall. These shadows are life to the prisoners. They perceive the world through quick flashes of shadows dancing across the wall. It is safe to assume that these prisoners probably gave these shadows names, maybe even attributed sounds to the shadows as they dance across the cold stone. Cat, dog, brother, loved one, all fleeting blips within the light of the cave. On a random day, one of the prisoners is approached and freed from his bindings, and is brought up to the open world above, where he experiences many things for the first time. The heat of the sun, the rustling of trees. The prisoner revels in the joy that the world is, and enjoys every moment he had before being brought back to the cave. When the prisoner returns, he tells all of his cave mates all about the outside world and how there's a mass of fire in an open canvas of blue sky above. He tries to describe everything that he and the others have only seen within the shadows. But when the other prisoners hear of this, they shun the man and shut out all of his ideas. For the only thing that's real is the dancing shadows on the cave wall. Let's stop there. Let's imagine a world where the prisoner stays above ground, and he lives the life that everyone else gets to live. Imagine he sits out in the field of grass, taking in the subtle calm. He experiences connections, that with the earth and with others. He finds love. He has dreams and aspirations. He's happy. Would this man ever ponder the idea of returning to the cave at any point? If he did, what would cause this feeling? The fear of change? Does he view the cave as home? Maybe there's a calming normalcy of watching the shadows dance on that rock wall. Now let's say there's a world where the man does decide to return to the cave. What lies in store for him there? All color and warmth will be taken from him. He will lose his loved ones. All the connections he made will dissipate. But yet the man is happy. Watching the same shadows at the same time. Imagining a world without these shadows becomes impossible. Isn't philosophy kind of cool? Now you might be wondering why I'm telling you a story about a fictional man in an artificial situation. And that's because we all have caves in our lives. And we need to decide which life is meant for us. The cold but somehow comforting cave. Or the wide open warm world full of opportunities waiting to be seized. But yet it's dangerous. Now let's imagine you are stuck in the cave, and someone you called friend was chosen to leave the cave. Every day you would want that person to come home to the dancing blips of shadows, to revel in the familiarity and the comfort that you two shared. If someone leaves your life, you can't force them to come back. Sometimes you lose people. Sometimes you lose people you care about, and you never see them again. And the worst part is, you never get to apologize to them for letting them down, for not being able to escape the cave. My question about all this is, why would the man who has it all return to the cave where he has nothing? So now you would think to yourself, the cave is the obvious bad choice. Everyone should want to explore the wide, vast world above. So now the not so easy question, why does the cave always end up pulling me back in? The shadows on the cave walls are just shapes. But there's beauty in shapes. Shapes are ever-changing, like us. Even if we aren't changing on the outside, we're changing on the inside, constantly. There's some stuff in that cave. Stuff I'm not proud of. I would go as far as to say I'm scared of those things. But the shapes are a part of who I am. and that makes the cave a part of me. Our lives are comprised of chapters, and unfortunately, or fortunately, we don't know when a chapter is going to end. We also don't know what awaits us in the future chapters. And even though some characters won't make it to the end of your story, all we can do is take intermission and fold the corner of the page, because it was definitely one of my favorite chapters. So no big wacky ending on this one. Sorry if this was unintentionally a downer. In times like these, I always think about the cave and the story of it, and I felt like I should share it. I haven't posted a real video like this in a bit, and I would like to say I will be posting more regularly, but currently, I'm watching the shadows on the wall. Regular scheduled programs will continue soon, especially with the 1-year anniversary of this channel approaching quickly. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves. Later, homies.
Daily and nightly, in little ways, when everything